So, coming from CNBC, CEOs of Anthropic and Google DeepMind call for US-led AI coalition in meeting at the G7. You see, the thing that the big tech CEOs in the United States have realized is that artificial intelligence is really, really powerful. And whoever controls artificial intelligence really controls the world. So you have to think about it. Do you want the Portuguese responsible for artificial intelligence? Do you think the Germans are adult enough to handle artificial intelligence? Oh, that is just naive and adorable, right? The real adults in the room, the real people who understand what's going on, we're the ones that should control artificial intelligence. I'm sure the rest of the world would agree. So yeah, this is an interesting story of basically the AI CEOs and co-founders all trying to collude to basically corner the AI world for the US. And oh lordy. Oh lordy, right. The idea, the concept is, shouldn't we all band together to make sure that AI doesn't turn into a disaster? At the exact same time, there are diktats coming from the United States to turn our AI policy into a disaster. To be clear, with Anthropic, so just a couple of days ago, the diktat came down from the Trump administration about Anthropic that no non-American citizen is able to use Mythos 5 or Fable 5. So Mythos 5 is the new super dangerous model that Anthropic came out with, and Fable 5 is that model, but supposedly with guardrails on it. So yeah, a dictate came down. It didn't come from the court system. It didn't come through Congress or a legislative process. Basically, the Trump administration simply said, we don't feel comfortable with non-American citizens getting access to these models. But the funny part about this is that even Anthropic employees, even Anthropic AI engineers that may have been working on designing these models, if they're not American citizens, they're not allowed to access the model. So you've been sitting there, you're busting your ass to create a model, but because of your citizenship, you're now no longer able to deal with that particular model. And we have seen so many dictates come down, whether it's from the Trump administration or the Biden administration, that are just bat crap insane when it comes to artificial intelligence. And it is just beyond humorous at this point in time that the CEOs and founders of these AI companies think that it sounds like a smart idea for the United States not simply to take the lead, right? I agree with the US taking the lead. I believe in STEM education for our kids. I believe in a national science fair. I believe in mathletes, right? There is a difference between taking the lead in a technology or a lead in a sector or industry, and basically what they're trying to do here is they're trying to monopolize it. We will decide whether the thing you create should be used by you. And as you can see by our laws and our processes and all that kind of thing, obviously we are the most appropriate people to decide who is able to do what with this new technology. And so I don't know. This is where we are at with America right now. This is where we're at with the United States, right? China is building stacks. China is building relationships. China is reaching out to the world to try to allow artificial intelligence to make everybody's lives better. And we are trying to lock it down. And I just don't see how far this stuff will go. Take a look at this. It is so bizarre. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei and Google DeepMind's Demis Hassabis called for a US-led coalition to shape rules and standards around AI at a meeting with tech leaders and heads of state, including President Donald Trump, CNBC has learned. So really, the CEO of Anthropic still trusts the United States. And to be clear, when we talk about what's going on with Anthropic, there is no part of me that thinks this has anything to do with national security, right? We are not hearing that there are grave concerns about the mythos model and the fable model, and that is why Congress is meeting 24 hours a day to come up with legislation in order to be able to provide legal guide rails for products being created for AI, right? We're not hearing that. We're not hearing about the creation of rules and regulations for how to be able to make sure AI doesn't go too far. We're not hearing about real auditing processes to verify that AI isn't going too far. We're not hearing about any of the structural reforms that would be required in order to make AI technically, let's just say, technically safer, right? Basically, when we take a look at something like what's going on with Anthropic, it really looks like Trump has found a way to punish somebody that he doesn't like, and he doesn't care how many people he hurts in order to prove he's a really strong president, right? Daria stood up to Trump and basically with the Department of Defense said there's two things you should not be able to use our technology for: mass surveillance of Americans and completely autonomous killing weapon systems, right? Two things. That's two things. Anyways, Trump does not like to be told no. You tell Trump no, and he's got to hit you twice as hard, right? And so that's where we see that they're trying to strip Anthropic out of the government. And what we've seen with the tariffs and everything else is that when he's told that he can't do something for one reason, he doesn't stop doing it. He just finds a different reason for why he might be able to do the thing. And so when you look at the attacks against Anthropic currently, this basically just seems to be abuse and punishment and the horse crap that Trump throws out whenever he is, basically being a cranky little bitch that he is. And so what's interesting here is why would the world look at Dario getting spanked by the baby in chief and go, yeah, that looks like a system that we want to be anchored to. Yeah, let's make us part of that. So it's kind of interesting what's going on here. As I say, in the technology world, so much of technology, we talk about macro forces, right? Politics and all that kind of stuff matter, even if they maybe shouldn't. I do wonder if with this, it's a way of Dario is trying to kiss up to Trump to try to get him to stop smacking him. But who knows? The closed-door lunch meeting took place on Wednesday at the G7 summit in France. Modi and Hassabis both proposed international cooperation on AI, with the U.S. taking the lead to protect against risks associated with emerging technology. We gotta be careful with those risks. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney agreed that the U.S. could lead an AI coalition. Yeah, I mean, America could do it. Somebody else could do it too. But if you're asking Mark Carney, would the United States have the ability to lead a coalition? I mean, I suppose they have the ability to do it. Please, somebody else in the world do this. Anyways, it is funny, like, you read this stuff and you read the quotes. Modi said in his address to the group that areas of international cooperation should include structured access to frontier models and a trade of chips and critical components that excludes China. And again, we just keep hearing this again and again and again. It has to exclude China. Why? Because China, man, bad. The interesting thing that I find with this, though, is that so many of our CEOs and so many of our technology leaders, they're just on the bandwagon screaming about China, and they don't think there's repercussions. China man buys basketball shoes too. China man buys basketball shoes. Right? They talk about that with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan back in the day, he wasn't trying to get very political. And people said, why aren't you getting political? And Michael Jordan said, Republicans buy basketball shoes too, right? His thing is he goes out, he starts saying stupid stuff, and he's going to piss off half of his customer base. So he would prefer the cash. One of the things that I find really weird with what's going on right now is I'm not saying, smoke-filled rooms, discussions that aren't supposed to happen and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying in the past that the CEOs of Intel or Hewlett-Packard or IBM haven't talked smack about China, right? I get people are people. The thing that I find really fundamentally weird right now is that the executives of these companies are coming out to trash China. Because you got to think about this from the Chinese side of the equation, right? Politicians are politicians. Everybody understands. Everybody understands politicians are pieces of crap. Right? Whether you're American, whether you're French, whether you're Chinese, right? You understand that politicians are pieces of crap, and you understand in the United States, we flush our politicians every few years once they get a little bit too stinky, right? So if you have Trump with his idiotic export controls, Lutnick coming out and saying we're going to give China we are going to addict China to our fourth best AI, right? You have the Biden administration come out. If you're a Chinese person, if you're a Chinese politician, you can look at our politicians being stupid, and you can sit there and say, you know what? Look, politicians are what they are. That's not right. The argument is that's not the American people. Right? So this crop of politicians leave, as they will, one way or the other. They are going to leave, right? The next set of politicians come in, and then, right, if there's an opportunity, maybe there's a time to reset. Like, okay, your politicians insulted us, but you didn't, the people didn't, so let's figure out how we can work together. What I find really weird with what's going on right now with the American leaders in tech is they are just crapping on China day in and day out, and they don't think there's any fucking repercussions. Literally, they are crapping on the factory of the world day in and day out. Jensen Huang literally said 50% of the AI engineers and scientists are in China, just in China, 50%. And you have Dario coming out, and you have all of these other tech leaders in the United States just crapping on the Chinese. And you're like, do you really think there's not going to be repercussions? Do you really think in 5 or 10 years this crap is going to be forgotten? You're going to have a lot of people that got really pissed off, and they're just not going to want to put a grudge down. And so that is one of the really weird things going on here. Because, as I've talked about, the Chinese AI stack is growing. Look, I don't believe there's a war between the United States and China as far as AI is concerned. No part of me believes that somebody can win the war that's not existing and that they'll kind of control the world. I honestly don't think that's how AI works. And so you think about this, in 5 or 10 years, look, Huawei is going to have a fully competitive stack that they're going to be selling on the global market. And so one of the things to be thinking about is once they've risen to a decent position, right? You spent years crapping on these people. Why are they going to want to do business with you? It's just weird. It's just, oh, so weird. So exclude China because you can't trust China. Why can't you trust China? Because we've been informed the Chinese are the wrong type of people. We have always been at war with China. Why have we been at war with China? Anyways, Amodi also said that the countries should cooperate to address the risk of AI and cyber, bioterrorism, and areas of intelligence. Altman, in his comments, called for, quote, an international forum for discussion that establishes globally accepted standards for testing, provides expert and impartial analysis of capabilities and risks, and serves as a venue for cooperation among nations. I did find a quote on this, I do believe it was Altman, where he was pushing the idea of democratic nations, right? So again, more of that idea of being exclusionary, that we should not just lead in the AI realm, but basically we should be able to control who has access to artificial intelligence. And I gotta say, look, look, as an American, I look at the system, right? If you're an Argentinian CTO and you decide to use the American AI stack right now, you're an idiot. You dumb. You so dumb, right? I can't imagine, like with everything that the US is doing right now, like what we're doing with NATO, what we're doing with Europe. We are literally threatening to attack Greenland, right? Trump is has threatened at least to use our military to slaughter Europeans in Greenland. When he talks about sending the military to take over Greenland, that is using our military to slaughter Europeans just so he can pretend like he's a big man. Right? You see everything going on right now with what the crap the US is trying to push around the world. And then you go, why would you voluntarily sign up for any more of this crap? I just simply can't imagine it. So anyways, that's what's going on. What do you think about an AI coalition led by the United States to determine who can and cannot use artificial intelligence, right? We're the real adults in the room. We'll let you know if you're up to snuff. What do you also think? Also, with these CEOs, these founders, like basically daily crapping on China. However you feel about it. I'm not saying they should like China. I'm just saying, do you think this is what? Do you think Chinese people buy basketball shoes too? Do you think Chinese people might actually buy technology too? And maybe crapping on the entire society isn't the greatest way to go? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.